Good morning. We are in week 6 of Chicago marathon training. You might be sat there wondering, what happened to week 5? Well, let me tell you what happened to week 5. After the Battersea Park half, you might remember me saying that my hamstring felt a bit dodgy. Well, it turns out I'd strained it and tried to go for a run on Wednesday morning, failed miserably, got 3 minutes into it and just died basically. Like, my leg was way too sore to continue running on. At that point, I was pretty worried. So I took it easy for the next few days, iced it, heat packs, elevation, all that kind of jazz, and went on the bike Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which really, let me tell you, is rubbish. You think running's boring, go and sit on a static exercise bike for an hour. So essentially, long story short, didn't do any running at all last week, which is the first time that's happened in 96 weeks, which is pretty mad. I finally got a physio appointment yesterday, and she said, yeah, you probably just strained it, but you can go back to running. So it's Tuesday and I'm back running. I'm just doing a nice easy 40-minute effort today. Don't want to push it, and honestly the hamstring feels basically fine. It was a little bit sore at the start, but the pain, or maybe discomfort, I'd say, not really sore, has subsided, so feeling pretty optimistic. So there we go, back into the swing of things with a nice easy 40-minute run. That felt very nice. The hamstring felt pretty decent. It was actually a little bit sore, well, not sore, but like uncomfortable at the start. I think I mentioned that while I was running, and it just subsided a little bit. Didn't cause any problems, didn't get more painful. If anything, got less uncomfortable. So taking that as a good sign, but obviously gonna take things easy. I'm not out of the woods with it yet. So not too sure what the remainder of the week's gonna look like as far as training. I'm just gonna keep it open really, do maybe a couple more easy runs, see how I feel, and then build back up if I feel strong enough. But it's not about trying to recuperate any lost training or anything like that. It's a completely unproductive strategy. It's just about trying to get back into it in a sustainable way and making sure that I don't injure myself further. Ultimately, coming back in and doing like a 85, 90 kilometer week like I was doing before I got injured would be an absolutely honking idea, as I'm sure you know. The next bit I'm going to say is going to sound incredibly pathetic, so if you easily cringed out, then I'd switch off now, but I'm actually so relieved that I was able to go out today, get out there and run, and it felt pretty much fine. The last week has been rubbish, trying to convince myself that I'm not injured, but then convincing myself that I'm injured really badly and I'm not going to be able to run Chicago, and all that kind of stuff just plays in your mind. And when you're not running and you're not doing as much exercise as you normally would, you've got more time to like sit with those thoughts, which is a bit rough to have to deal with. But it's not the end of the world. Like I say, I was only out for like a week, so I'm not going to try and over dramatize it, but it is quite mad how much it knocks your weekly routine as well. You only realize how much you rely on like running as part of your structure when you're not doing it anymore. And it just felt so weird not doing it. I felt like, I don't know, just felt wrong, you know, like putting your left shoe on your right foot or something. I don't know. A few lessons from this whole experience that I can share with you. Firstly, warm up properly. I didn't warm up properly before Battersea Park half. Maybe that was what caused the problem, not sure. Second point is try and build up sustainably in your marathon training. So in week 1 I did about 85k, I think it was, but the week before I'd only done about 50k because I wasn't training for anything. That was probably a little bit too much of a jump in retrospect. Can't say for sure whether it did cause the injury. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but just be careful with that sort of thing. Third thing as well is take strength training super seriously. I do take it seriously anyway, so I'm hoping that that's what made the injury not that bad, is that I actually already had a pretty decent base layer. But if I wasn't someone who took strength training seriously, then I might have been in worse condition with the knock that I got. And the final thing is just always get expert advice, like physios, GPs. Physios are expensive, but it's just worth it because ultimately they know what they're talking about. They'll give you the right advice and they'll be able to diagnose the problem and help you with recovery best. So always seek out a good physio. And if you need a good physio in Leeds, shoot me a message because I've got a really good one.
Good morning, it is Wednesday. I'm kind of tired. Yesterday battered me work-wise, but it is what it is. We're getting out, doing a nice easy run again, nothing crazy, and then gonna go to the gym and do a mobility session. I've still got no idea what my plan is, when I plan to get back into longer runs and varying the pace, not just doing easy runs, but we'll see. But I'm not putting any pressure on myself. That fitness I banked from the first few weeks of training is still there, so just keep it sustainable.
Don't really think I'll be incorporating any speed work in this week. I think I'll leave that. Maybe at the most I'll do some strides at the end of one of my runs just to see how I actually feel opening up a little bit and, you know, moving the leg in a different way. But I'm not going to do any interval sessions or anything until I'm 100% sure that it feels fine. So yeah, that's where we are. If you want to see something vaguely amusing, and the reason why I'm squatting down in front of my camera at the moment will become clear in a moment, but I've been using K-tape. I put some on this morning, and the physio actually tried to put it on when I had my appointment on Monday, but basically my legs were too hairy for it to stick. Like the glue basically wasn't able to stick to my skin because the hair from my legs was getting in the way. So she said, look, you can do this at home though if you want, but it's probably not going to stick with the hair on your legs. So this morning I took the beard trimmer to my leg hair, but I only cut a portion of my leg hair off, just the bit that I would need the tape to stick over, which in hindsight makes it look even more stupid. But just for the purpose of making the tape stick, I thought I'll do this one section. So I'll show you what we're dealing with right now. So yeah, the tape is there, you can see, but I don't know if you can really tell, but like that part of my leg is just hairless now. And yeah, if you compare it to what the side and what the front looks like, you know, that is what it's meant to look like basically. So yeah, not particularly a good look, but hopefully no one will notice. And of course, the best way to make sure no one notices is by doing a video about it on YouTube and putting it out there for the world to see.
Hola mi amigo, ¿cómo está? That means hello. It's Friday morning. It does mean hello actually, but not it's Friday morning. I don't know how to say that in Spanish. We are about halfway into a nice easy 50-minute effort. Feeling good again, not really much pain, which is very, very nice. I know I said I was gonna go to the gym on Wednesday and didn't. I am actually gonna do it today. Sorry. And here's the thing, I may even do some strides at the end of this run. Ooh, a bit of strides. We'll see if I can handle that. One of my mates pointed this out on one of the videos I did last week. When did sprints become rebranded as strides? And to be honest, he's got a point. They are just sprints. Woke. So that's Friday morning, done and dusted. I did go to the gym, just didn't film anything. Get over it. The hamstring is definitely getting better. That's the main thing. Happy with that. And yeah, gonna do another easy run tomorrow, I think. Just taking it easy this week. Easy week. Good morning, it is Saturday, and I'm currently doing a nice easy run shock. Easy runs are the name of the game this week. I'm not really sure how far I'm gonna go, or how long for, but I'm about 20 minutes in, and yeah, just chilling really. I'm a bit lost, but honestly it's quite fun to get lost on a long run. Well, not a long run, but a run sometimes. I used to do that all the time, and now, as you know, I've reverted to just running around parks, but quite fun just not having a clue where you're going or where you are. We've already tackled the topic of being ignored by random pedestrians on runs, and I don't mind that as much, but runners ignoring fellow runners, can't hack it. A little nod, you know, a little hello, good morning. Come on, I thought it was some sort of code between us all. Just got ignored. Unbelievable. As far as the hamstring goes, it's felt progressively better every day, which is good. My legs are a bit sore from the gym yesterday, but hamstring itself feeling better than yesterday, which is what we call in the industry progress. It is Sunday and we are back plodding around a park. Just gonna do maybe an easy hour today. Normally Sunday is a long run day, of course. And actually, I'm quite glad that it isn't. Reasons being are, in case you hadn't noticed from my 5 million mentions of it, I've been a bit injured. But anyway, it means that I don't have to do a stupid long effort, which is actually quite nice. It's also deceptively quite warm today. Don't know what the temperature is, but it's definitely warm out here. Bit of a breeze, which is nice, but this is going to be a sweaty effort, I fear. I may also plonk some strides at the end, but we'll see how I feel on that front. Next week, I am getting back into proper training, so speed sessions, marathon pace stuff. But the crucial thing is, I'm being sensible about what I do. So I'm going to be listening to the body the whole time. And if anything feels out of place, I'm just not going to push it. So it's cautious, but we do need to get back into some sort of structured training at some point so that I can run Chicago in a good time, hopefully. So as far as what next week looks like, it's going to be majority easy runs as usual. I've got a speed session in there, an interval session, but rather than going full out intervals, I'm going to be doing marathon pace intervals, and then a long run on Sunday where I'm going to try and get some marathon pace in that. So that's the plan. So that's 11k done, or an hour. Added some strides in at the end, did 5 lots of 10 seconds. Felt pretty good actually, and yeah, we'll see how next week goes. This week has been just under 50 kilometers of running, which is actually pretty decent for a first week back. Feeling pretty good. Aerobic week only, so that was kind of boring, but also kind of fun because none of the runs were actually that hard. Next week, we build again, the Chicago train rolls on, and we are today 10 weeks out. I am absolutely shitting myself.